Ladies, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please be advised that this movie has no nudity.
I'm out.
Come on, Eddie. Let's go to the movies.
I just have to wee-wee.
And we're back. Just like the Five Musketeers.
What the hell am I looking at?
A country where culture means pornography and slasher films.
If you had these boobs, you'd be obsessed with them too.
Very exciting, big event. Everybody's excited, huh?
We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends.
We're Cinemadness podcast.
You know, it's true. Everything I do it for ye.
Oh, that's from Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Which
With
is a
Christian Slater movie. Yeah.
With Christian Slater movie?
With Christian Slater movie.
That's what you said.
Welcome to podcasts of Christian Slater's and his movie known The Robin Hood.
Yeah, okay. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I didn't do that. Welcome to Cinemadness podcast. I'm your host, Alison.
Hello, Alison.
Hello.
Hello,
I'm here all by myself. Who are those other people? Okay, I'll introduce you to my other co-hosts. Adam.
Captain Running Round.
No. Try again. Adam.
Hi.
And Roman.
Captain Ronnie Ron.
Nope. Ronnie Ron is not here. Ronnie Roan. I know we don't know who that is.
Okay, let's try it again.
Just Roman. Hi.
Just Roman. Hi.
Hi.
Roman, how's your brogue?
Oh, that's what it was. That's why I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want you to go talking brogue talk.
Okay, well, you know who doesn't have brogue talk is Christian Slater. I'm really excited to talk about it.
I didn't even introduce what we were doing yet. You just took my thunder away from me.
I was trying to bring it back.
No, don't bring it back.
It's not your show tonight, Roman. I didn't even do that with a voice changer. No kidding.
It's not your show tonight.
It's my show. I don't know if the listeners know that we take turns on picking the movie, actor, actress, or theme topic.
I would think they would, maybe put that together when every one of us hosts a show.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
Or they might put it together when somebody talks more throughout the episode than the other. Or they might figure out that certain, based on the topics, that goes more towards Roman, that goes more towards Adam. I don't know.
Or if they read the description because I say who the host is.
Oh. And you say what it's about. So technically they already know what this episode is about.
That's true, but it's still more fun to do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So what's this one about? I'm really interested.
It's
about Christian films.
It is. It's about Christian films. No, it's not.
Like Left Behind? And
not that there's anything wrong with Christian films, but this is about... Okay, so I don't know if people have asked...
Wait. If it's about Christian films, I'm out because, Romans and Christians don't mix.
Yep, we got that. It's not about Christian films.
Okay. If you're hearing that joke, that was not the first time tonight we heard that.
But lucky for you, that was your first and probably, hopefully last time that you will hear that joke.
That was a planned Roman joke.
It was.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways. So, if you're ever asked, sometimes people ask you questions. What was the first concert you've seen? What was your first movie that you went out on a date or something? A lot of people ask, who was your first celebrity crush? Who was your first celebrity crush, Roman? It shouldn't be this difficult. You should just roll off your tongue. Brooke Shields.
Yes.
Was it really?
Let's just go with that to save on time.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come back to you then.
Yeah.
And yours?
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon was your first celebrity crush.
Yeah.
In what film?
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham, okay.
Yeah. I was going to say Miss Doubtfire.
Okay.
No, Bull Durham.
Susan Sarandon wasn't in Miss Doubtfire.
No, that was
Sally Field.
I just liked how she was a Spitfire. I thought she was just gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was kind of old, so
yeah.
You had like a Mrs. Robinson type thing.
Yeah,
going
you're into the cougars.
Older chicks. And you?
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. Yes, I think we've discussed that before. My celebrity crush was Christian Slater.
We should do an episode on Christian Slater.
We really should. I think we are.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Adam, we should let Alison host it. I think that would be really cool. I think we should too.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
and bring Captain Ronnie Rona in.
Nope. He's not invited.
He's going to do Broke Talk later.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. So yeah, we are here to talk about Christian Slater, and it's not going to be as similar to your Tom Cruise episode. We're not going to go over all of his films, and the reason being is his heyday was in the 80s and 90s, and then after that, he kind of tapered off. He did some films, but he basically went into the TV world. And we are not a TV podcast. We can briefly bring up his comeback TV show, but we're not going to really talk about stuff. He's still acting, which is great, but he had a lot of problems and he kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little bit.
His comeback TV show, Archer, was so funny.
Is that really his comeback?
Oh, I don't know. I just remember him being on Archer as Christian Slater.
Yeah, he does a lot of voice talk. Yeah. That wasn't what I was referring to.
Lots of voice talk.
Lots of voice work?
Yes.
Voice work.
I know that's not what you were referring to.
Voice work. So
I was trying to bring in some funniness into this serious sounding podcast.
Wow.
So you don't think she's funny?
Well, she doesn't have her shine box.
You need to go grab your shine box.
What's a shine box?
Rest in peace, Ray Liotta.
Yeah. That's how we know that you're funny. Funny like a clown.
Funny like a clown.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie that I hate.
What?
Yeah,
I don't like anything.
Or Casino?
I don't like anything involving any type of organized crime.
I watched Goodfellas the other day when it was on. Part of
Well,
it.
then how can you stand True Lies, which is a great Christian Slater
No,
film?
it's not. He was never in a movie called True Lies.
No, that's
True
right.
Romance.
I quit. I don't want to do this episode anymore.
And True Romance is the farthest thing from organized anything.
Well, because the one guy...
It was super disorganized.
You're correct. I'm trying here, man. I am trying.
All I was trying to do is tell you where we were going with the thing. I didn't think it had to be funny.
No, you don't. You are funny. You know what? I love you. Thank you.
So that's where we're going.
To love?
Huh?
True Romance.
True Romance.
Mm.
And I guarantee you when we get to True Romance, I already know what Roman's going to say about it. So I'm not going to say it now.
You can't spell romance without me.
Nope, that wasn't it, but we'll get to it. So,
Yeah.
His favorite soundtrack of all time.
yeah, exactly.
Man, Rugrats is awesome.
Oh my God.
It was at this point that Alison had no longer the patience for our shenanigans. This is Adam doing a very bad Morgan Freeman.
So, yes. Do you know what Christian Slater's name was when he was born?
Christian Slater.
It was.
Atheist Slater.
He didn't have a funky name like Thomas Cruise.
Milford
or something.
Yeah.
Like Prince's first name.
Milpather.
Maypather.
Maypather.
Or Maypather. As Jason said it, I think. Maypather. Anyway, his name was Christian Michael Leonard Slater. Yes. And he was born in New York City. And his mom, you may have seen her name on many movies in the 80s, including some of his, because she's a famous casting director.
Really?
Mary Jo Slater.
Mary Jo Slater.
And I think he probably got some roles because of her. In fact, I know he got the Star Trek role because of her.
Yes.
Not that I watched Star Trek, but I knew that.
She was a big casting agent for Paramount.
Yeah, so she was like, okay, here's my son. But he started on Broadway. Anybody want to guess what Broadway show he started on with Dick Van Dyke?
So he
was
started...
My Fair Lady.
Nope. Close, I guess. It was a revival of something.
So he was reviving
Hello, Dolly.
Dick in a play.
You know...
Guys and Dolls.
No, I'll just give it to you. Music Man.
I was getting there.
Which...
76 trombones.
Is, who's the guy that plays Wolverine? What's his name? Hugh Jackman. He is in the Music Man right now.
Yes, he is. At the Winter Garden, which kicked out Beetlejuice.
Yes. I don't know why I thought it was Wicked. I think they did have Wicked there for a while. So, yes, he started on Broadway before getting his big screen debut in The Legend of Billie Jean.
Fair is fair.
Which bombed, but got a cult following.
Hell yeah, it did. And if you want to know a funny story about Billie Jean, the movie, Legend of Billie Jean, tune into an upcoming Real Stories from the Isles.
Okay.
From me.
So does it involve Michael Jackson in any way, shape, or form?
It does not. It involves Helen Slater, and Allison's dubbed it my Helen Slater story.
Huh.
Who is not related to Christian Slater.
No.
Okay.
But they were in it together. Playing brother and sister.
Does it involve Emma Stone at all?
Why would it involve Emma Stone?
Because she was in the movie about Billie Jean King.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, she was.
It all comes back to anybody named Billie Jean.
Yeah, of course. She's not my lover.
She's just a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so Christian Slater has just kind of like been around like in the 80s and 90s. He was always like that bad boy, like kind of weird character. You know, he was funny, but he was never he was never playing like the good guy in high school. He was like the bad guy or
when I was
weirdo.
When I was watching Gleaming the Cube earlier, his wardrobe was driving me crazy. Because he was supposed to be this like punk skater who, listened to punk music in his headphones, but he would wear like Megadeth t-shirts. He had like a Metallica jacket. And then at one point he was wearing a Suicidal Tendencies shirt. I'm like, choose a clique. That's not how high school works.
That's the wardrobe department's fault.
I know.
That's not good. He would have gotten beat up.
He was hanging out with Tony Hawk.
Because Megadeth doesn't match with...
Well, if he's a tough guy, no one's going to say anything.
But he wasn't a tough guy.
He had a dangly earring.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a while. Was it a dangly cross earring?
Yeah, it was a dangly cross.
For Christian.
It was a pretty terrible movie, but he had a very angry dad who was also Ted's angry dad in Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure.
Why do you sound a little bit like the comic book guy from The Simpsons?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Worst time travel ever.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true. I love that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
So speaking of accents, it's like this well-known thing that, he's compared to one of the greatest actors of all time, Mr. Jack Nicholson.
Never heard of that.
Who?
Yeah, okay. And he did that on purpose when he played JD in Heathers. Like, he started acting and doing the Jack Nicholson thing on purpose. And
kind of stuck.
Yeah. So he basically told them, like, he's like, I don't care. I did it. He's my favorite actor. And I just tried to channel him and it just kind of stuck. But I think people like made fun of him for it. Like, why? Who are you trying to be a young Jack Nicholson?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like side-by-side pictures and
right.
all kinds of things that just make it seem like it was not a joke, but more of like a gimmick.
Yeah. But he didn't want it to be like that. He was trying to give homage. But if you look back at Heathers, like everything he said was so Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
and, and it's almost like if you look at it, you take it as he's trying to make fun of him almost.
Or just make it like a caricature.
Yeah. And then it just stuck in all the movies, including Pump Up the Volume.
Oh, God, I love that movie so much.
Before we get into the movies...
Which will be the next episode, Pump Up the Volume.
No, the next episode is...
90s.
Yeah, but it's not just Pump Up the Volume.
But that's when we're going to talk about it.
Okay. I only found 2 roles he didn't get. And I'm sure there's more, but for some reason I couldn't find any. So he lost to Brandon Lee in The Crow. He was supposed to be Eric Draven.
Well, it's a good thing he wasn't.
Well, I know. But aside from that, I don't know if I could have seen him as that character.
No.
I could. I mean, I could... In my mind, I don't hold The Crow as sacred as a lot of people do, especially after watching it not too long ago and realizing it does not hold up at all. But Brandon Lee was an amazing actor, but I can see Christian Slater doing just a good job.
John Leguizamo would have been interested in The Crow.
He would have been better in City of Angels.
Well, no, just because we're not talking about Leguizamo, so we'll go on that another day. But just because he can play both, the cut up and the wisecrack, but he can also play a pretty good villain.
Yeah, but was he really a wisecrack character? I don't remember that movie very well.
When he was the superhero Crow, he had some nice little one-offs and some...
I just remember him being very like dark and troubled.
Oh, he was insane.
Yeah, I just don't remember him being funny like Leguizamo would be.
Well, I mean, when he comes into the club, he does that Jesus joke.
Yeah,
that's great. It's one of the best lines.
Brandon Lee did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember the second one either. I don't know. He also... They wanted him to play Tim Roth's character in the Pulp Fiction opening, Honey Bunny and Pumpkin or whatever.
Ooh, that's a little too on the nose there.
And everybody wanted him. He was ready to play it, and Tarantino was like, "No, I want Tim Roth. Like, he's unknown, and I want to be the first one to break him out, so they said no to Christian Slater. I don't know.
No one says no to Christian Slater.
I mean, Tim Roth was good, but luckily it was only like a 5-minute role. So, and then I found interesting, somebody lost the role of JD. What was JD's last name? Do we know JD? I don't know. I always want to call him JD Salinger, but JD and Heathers, Brad Pitt.
He would have been good.
He would have.
He would have, yeah.
He would have. So, what other roles can you see Christian Slater playing?
Jack Torrance.
Okay, what other roles could you see him playing that didn't go to Jack Nicholson?
I after you told me what the theme was going to be, I was trying to come up with some good like twists or rotate on its head type of movies where it's like, man, he would have been good. To me, he's not a bad actor. It's just he's like the Mandy Moore of that era, where Mandy Moore, if you remember in kids in the 2000s, Mandy Moore came out the same time as Christina Aguilera, as Britney Spears. So she was talented, but she was kind of lost in that.
She was overshadowed by the other,
exactly.
the other four.
That's where I'm at, where you got Tom Cruise, you have Johnny Depp, you have some of these big guys in the 80s that came out, and Christian Slater is kind of like, oh yeah, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. So when it comes to trying to think of a role,
I got one.
It's like, well, Cruise would have been better. Depp would have been better. Christian Slater, not bad.
No, I got Jason Patrick in The Lost Boys, the older brother.
Yeah, I could have seen that.
Michael.
I can't see that.
Yeah, I can. I think that he and Kiefer would have butted heads. They would have been good. Maybe he could have played the Kiefer role.
That's true.
Yeah, he could play Kiefer Sutherland's role and not lose too much. But man,
I just see the heart he could have with Corey Haim.
Oh, you know what? He would have been okay in Phone Booth.
My God, everybody! You think everybody can play in Phone Booth? Poor Colin Farrell.
No. I'm thinking Kiefer Sutherland's role.
Oh, okay.
It would just sound like Jack Nicholson.
Exactly. Come on. Time's a ticking. Don't make me do it.
She's got a nice voice.
He might have been okay in Point Break.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Hold on. Let's see. He would have been okay in Rudy as Rudy. Huh? No.
I don't know. He doesn't seem like a sports guy to me.
Yeah, you know what? That come to think about it, he's never been in a sports
unless
film.
It's like a sitting down poker movie. I don't see him like getting physically active. I don't know.
I could see him as a cowboy. Well, he was a cowboy. Never mind.
Maybe a hockey player. I don't know. A cowboy. He was a cowboy?
He was in Young Guns too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if he would have taken Emilio Estevez out of any film and played Christian Slater, and he would have been...
Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. It would have been just fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But that goes back to my point where he's Mandy Moore. Where it's like, okay.
No offense to Mandy Moore.
Like,
she has a comeback.
And like Tom Cruise, I would love to see him in like a Kevin Bacon type thing in a Friday the 13th movie or some kind of slasher thing.
It's still to this day, if you put him in a slasher film, I think it would be very, you know what, he could do, I think he would do very well if he was a Ethan Hawke type.
Oh, yeah. How he's doing great with horror movies.
He could be in a Scream movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have an issue with that because he has the acting chops. He can be both comedic and he can also be serious
and crazy. So
yeah,
and he wouldn't need the voice changer.
That's right. He could just do it himself.
Surprise!
Hello, Sydney. Hi, Jack Nicholson.
I would love to see him. Come to think about it, I would love to see him in like a remake of Play Misty for Me. If they did a modern day Play Misty for Me with. No, you have no idea. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, with Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
Yeah, very good film.
Is that a cowboy movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Clint Eastwood plays a radio DJ, and the stalker basically calls in every night saying, "Play Misty for me." It's a song, and it basically is a mix of Misery meets Swim Fan.
So it's Pump Up the Volume, but scary.
Right.
Yeah.
I loved Swim Fan. What an underrated movie.
Well, Swim Fan is... There is a movie that came out in the mid-'90s with Molly Ringwald. It was her first topless scene, I believe. And she basically is Swim Fan, but in the 90s with Molly Ringwald playing the obsessive fan of this baseball player.
So she was like in her 20s and almost 30?
Yeah, playing a teenager.
You should know that.
I should, but I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah, but Christian Slater's not in it, so let's talk more about
God. Okay, so let's go over his 80s movies.
80s movies.
So starting with Legend of Billie Jean. We won't go into Legend of Billie Jean because as you told everybody, you're going to do your own little thing on Legend of Billie Jean.
Well, just the one story.
Right.
Just based on around it. But I guess we don't have to go into it.
I mean,
it's a great movie.
It's a good movie. It bombed, but it's kind of got like a cult following.
It's very appropriate right now.
I'm not familiar with it.
It's a Me Too movie.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's fantastic.
Is it about Billie Jean King? Or?
No.
It's just a girl named Billie Jean.
About this girl who gets basically sexually harassed and then punished for turning it in.
Oh, that's
becomes
horrible.
she cuts all her hair off. She
And then-
becomes a martyr.
Yeah.
And it's got this really good scene where they play
Invincible
yeah,
by Pat Benatar.
Oh.
Pitt Benatar.
quintessential 80s movie.
But Christian Slater's sister is not in that film.
No.
No, but Christian Slater plays her brother,
Played by Helen Slater.
Binks. And it's also got the girl that does Lisa Simpson's voice in it.
Right. Yeardley Smith.
Okay, yeah.
Who was also in Maximum Overdrive.
And she was also in City Slickers.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It came up blue. And then you don't see her again.
That's an underrated.
I love City Slickers. I love them both, actually.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Curly's gold.
You know what?
Speaking of, John Lovitz is coming to Ruth Eckerd Hall.
I can't stand
Get
him.
to know me.
Are you impressed? I'm Artie Zim.
Oh, him and the critic was great. But no, that's another thing. Christian Slater would.
I can't stand
Christian
him.
Slater would have been good in City Slickers. No.
As Mitch?
As
the main guy?
Yeah.
Is that Billy Crystal?
Yeah, because he could play that role where he's out of his depth, and he
I don't know. He's not.
But
he's,
wasn't Mitch
he's
a
not,
family guy?
And he's not quippy enough. I don't think. Like Crystal quippy.
Yeah, Crystal Quippy is a whole nother level. Like he's a poor man's Robin Williams in terms of being quippy, but he's still brilliant in his own way.
He does have a Robin Williams flair to him. He could do like Dead Poet Society. I think.
Billy Crystal?
No.
Oh.
Christian Slater.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kept hearing Crystal Quippy, so I just thought you were talking about Billy Crystal.
Crystal Quippy.
It would be a whole different film without Williams in it. But
you can't do Dead Poets Society without him. Oh, but you could have done, because School Ties and Dead Poets Society go hand in hand for me.
Yeah.
He could have played Brandon Fraser's character or another character with. God, that's such a good movie.
Brandon Fraser is so intimidating.
Okay, well he can play another character then. He can play one of the Jewish boys.
A Christian playing a Jew.
Yeah, man. Just because his name is Christian.
It's Hollywood.
Jeez, he's an actor.
He acts.
He does well. Brendan Fraser was the Jewish kid. He can play that Jew hater.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, because Brendan Fraser just was so huge and intimidating.
Yeah,
Brendan Fraser is an American treasure.
Yes,
even though
let's
he's
get
Canadian.
him on.
He's not Canadian.
Yes, he is. Brendan Fraser. Yes.
Huh. I've learned something today.
You learned a couple things today.
Have I?
Yep, you learned that Helen Slater and Christian Slater aren't related. Our job is done here. We have taught him something.
Well, thanks for tuning in to the Cinemadness podcast.
So that was 1985, and that was his first movie.
Glad we talked about the movie.
Well, we kind of
We
did.
kind of did, yeah. We kind of broke it down.
I mean, it is what it is. It's like it's a good movie, but we kind of talked about the premise. I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, he wasn't that. He was his first
He wasn't
movie.
that prominent.
No, he was the son.
He was the reason the whole thing happened, though.
Right, but I mean, it wasn't like this outstanding performance. It
Yeah.
was his first one, so we're moving on. Next, we have The Name of the Rose, which I did not remember at all. That was with Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Do you remember the name of the rose?
I do not.
Yeah.
But I do have the tagline for the name of the
Oh,
rose.
okay, good.
It is, who, in the name of God, is getting away with murder?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a murder mystery in 14th century in a 14th century monastery.
Oh. So
Right.
it's serious.
Yes. It's really good too. It's one of Sean Connery's big 80s roles.
It was directed by Jean-Jacques Annaud.
Rejected tagline was "Oh, me so thorny."
Oh my god.
What?
That was so good it was bad.
Is that the only tagline they had?
That's the only one I wrote down because it had murder in it.
Hey, whoever come up with my tagline was a prick.
That was bad. That was so bad it was
there's
bad.
4 taglines.
Oh.
Yeah, a medieval murder mystery.
Murder.
Wait, what was yours again? Who in the name of God? Yeah, that's pretty funny. And then the other one is they believed in God but traded with the devil.
I just like the who in the name of God is getting away. It's a serious movie,
Yeah.
and that tagline is
It sounds
goofy as
funny,
hell.
Yeah, like
Who in the name of God?
Like you can see it in the trailer. Who in the name of God
Or you
is
can
getting away with murder?
you can see like a lady from like Steel Magnolias, like, who in the name of God is getting away with murder?
Hit Wheezy.
Yes.
I do declare,
To declare.
murder most foul.
You want to hit somebody? Hit Wheezy.
That was a long movie.
Yes.
2 hours and 10 minutes. That will not be on my radar.
So what's your cutoff for a movie? 2 hours? If it's past 2 hours?
No, I don't mind long movies. It's just that movie just doesn't interest me at all. Nah,
You don't like period pieces.
no, not really.
Not so much for your crush. Not that big of a crush then.
No, I mean, I'll look at this is fairly young, so he wasn't a crush to me when he was like 13 years old.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
a little creepy.
Yep.
The next movie I have never heard of. It's called Twisted. It is a horror thriller movie.
I've never heard of it either.
Yeah, it alienated teenager Mark uses his evil genius to manipulate his family.
Ah, yes, I vaguely remember that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember the cover.
Ah, is that the cover you remember?
Yeah.
I mean, he looks pretty creepy. A step beyond insanity.
I'm not going to go into it because it's not 1982, so.
Yeah.
It's 1986. So nobody's seen this movie, so we can't really talk about it.
Yep. I just don't remember it that much.
Let's look at the tagline.
Ooh.
It's going to be something like, forget Twisted Tea, watch Twisted the movie.
Twisted movie.
The tagline was on the cover. I just read it. A step beyond insanity.
Yeah.
Lame. Okay, so sorry, Twisted. If any of you guys have seen Twisted, let us know how it is. And then he started doing a lot of TV, so we're moving. And then we get to one of the greatest movies ever made in the 80s.
Gleaming the Cube.
No, that would be 1988's Heathers.
Didn't Gleaming the Cube come first?
No, it did not. That was 1989.
Oh, well, look at that.
So we have Heathers.
I have a tagline for Heathers.
Gleaming Cube did not have a shine.
No. Yeah, I already know that. I know the tagline.
To Heathers?
Yeah, I know it by heart. Well, one of them. Go ahead. What's the tagline? You
Best friends, social trends, and occasional murder.
Yes. Everything that leads to murder.
Pretty much.
Thank you, Scream.
That's a running gag that should have had the walk sign.
Yeah. So, Heathers is one of my favorite movies.
This is the reason why you wanted to do this, right?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No?
I love this movie so much. It was so smart and ahead of its time. I know that there are so many people who don't get it. I don't know if it was critically acclaimed when it came out because I was too young to go see it and understand it. But it was just that dark, dry humor that I think a lot of people didn't get. But it's just brilliant.
It was like the anti-John Hughes.
Right, right. It was just so good. And he was so good in this movie, just like Winona was and the girls who played the Heathers. Hell, even Shannon Doherty was good in this movie.
I'm actually surprised that Slater was casted because his name's not Heather.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there was only one Heather, actually, in the movie. Yeah.
Locklear?
It's a shame. No.
Landenkamp or
Langenkamp.
Langenkamp?
No. I think, no, I want to say one of them was named Heather. Maybe not. No, I'm wrong. Sorry.
We have it on tape, ladies and gentlemen.
I was wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I just really love this movie, and he just was so good in it. Like, he was so creepy, and he wore that trench coat that looked like a Columbine shooter.
Yeah, well, yeah, it basically was it's like the blueprint of
school
sadly
shootings.
What's going on right now.
Right,
Yeah.
of bullying and school shootings and mental health, and it is. And
back in the 80s when it wasn't a problem.
Right.
When
And
when it was something you'd think people would come together to stop.
So I don't know if they should like play this on TV and make people watch it or whatever, but it is. It's the whole thing is like what everybody's dealing with now, like being, made fun of in school and suicide and being outed as gay. I mean, it had all of those things in this early 80s movie. And I think even when I first watched it, I was kind of like, I don't really understand all of this because I was a little young. But
I think I was 11 or 12 when I saw it for the first time.
And you probably didn't get it all.
And it was in the middle. I remember I was hanging out with a friend, and she was like, "You have to see this movie." It was like one of those, a family friend, so I was allowed to stay the night, and it didn't mean anything. But it was like in the middle of the night. It's one of those like 3 a.m. movies you watch at a sleepover, and I'm like, I don't get this movie.
Right.
Why do you love this movie so much?
Right.
And it took me a while to give it another chance.
It's a heavy movie.
It is.
And
it's not as funny as you expect it to be.
No,
because it's black humor.
It's not. It's very dark. Like you don't watch that movie and it's over with, and you're like, man, that was a good, funny movie. I feel great about myself. It's not like that at all. It's just really heavy. And I watched I guess you can say reboot that they did on the TV channel. On the TV
channel?
Where they flipped it and they made one of the Heathers
a gay male.
Yeah, a gay male, but the main Heather was a plus size like binary. Like she was, it was just way different than the movie. But it still had that dark humor, and they did a lot of throwbacks to the movie, like the slushy and stuff like that.
I heard it was actually pretty good.
It was okay.
We went and saw the musical.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good.
It was good.
It was Heathers with singing.
Yeah. It was a little different. I mean, as much as you can do on a small screen.
Yeah.
I like the movie Heathers, and I like Christian Slater in it. I thought it was very good. I first saw Heathers later in my years. I remember
when you were like 65.
No, 22.
In my twilight years, I finally saw Heathers.
Yes, it's kind of like Bart Simpson when he finally sees the Itchy and Scratchy movie with.
That's right. In the future.
Exactly. Hey, Dad, you want to
Dad,
go?
It's playing.
Sure, son. But no, but with the Heathers, because up to that point, like I remember my girlfriends, female friends, were all about watching movies and watching Heathers and talking about it, et cetera, et cetera. And I always associated it as a girl film. So I really didn't have a need nor desire to see it. But it was on one idle day when I was 22, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, because I remember I was painting, and usually whenever I paint, I like to have a movie going on in the background. I like to draw from the emotions of what I'm doing. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I was painting a rose, and I'm like,
ooh, was it red?
Did it have a name?
It was red?
It was.
Because red is Heather's favorite color. I am always red.
Yes. So, yes, it was.
It was meant to be.
Exactly. So I thought it was a very good film. I thought it was very captivating, and I kind of felt bad that I didn't give it a better opportunity when I was younger.
Yeah.
Not that it would have helped me out in my SAT scores or anything like that.
No. But you hear a movie named Heathers, and you're like, that's just nothing to do but girl. Like, it's a girly movie.
Nothing to do but
right?
girls.
That's a girly
but
movie.
He has a point. A lot of the girls in our age group were nuts about this movie. And I can understand being a young boy in the 80s and 90s going like, yeah, I don't want to watch that. I don't understand why you're so obsessed with this movie.
and I'm not trying to make it sound like the opposite of mansplaining, but you guys will never understand it.
Right.
Because in high school...
I'm not going to make it sound like I'm mansplaining, the opposite of mansplaining, but I am.
But no, it's legit. Like, you guys will never understand it because you're not girls. And to be in high school and want to be in the popular crowd. I mean, you can even see that. You see that in Mean Girls. You see that in so many movies. But to see that, you see in this movie in the 80s how horrible and mean girls are to each other, and it never ends.
Well, you saw that. You've seen that 1,000 times. You've seen that in Carrie. You've seen that in
Correct.
Clueless. You've seen that. We can go down the list in terms of the films. Now, you also see on the boys' perspective.
You
as
do,
well.
but Carrie was only really. I mean, it was kind of throughout the movie, but it was the main bathroom scene. But this was her trying. Yeah. She wanted to be in the Heathers group, and she was a Veronica, but she was so with it. But she was just like, I'm going to be untrue to myself and who I am just because I want to be with these popular girls. And a lot of people do that.
You know, a film that does it from the boys' perspective was actually taped in or came out in 1982. Grease 2.
Oh my
God! The male lead.
Oh yeah. Alison's favorite movie.
He basically the reverse Sandra Dee. He went reverse.
I
Sandra
do
Dee.
remember that.
Now that you brought it up, Mean Girls is basically Heathers without the darkness.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's trying to be more funny.
Get in the car, loser. Anyways.
Yeah. No, you're right. It is. And it's not as good. Yeah. So that's
good.
Heathers. No, but it's not as good.
No.
Heathers has some of the most quotable lines I still use to this day. If you ever go to a convenience store with me and I ask you to get corn nuts from me, you better ask me BQ or plain. Otherwise, we're not really true friends.
And we also find out that corn nuts could be a good murder weapon.
Yes. Corn nuts.
That's nuts.
Corn nuts.
I think I might
Not a
have
sponsor.
I might have to do the whole thing on Heathers. It's just so good.
Well, you know that would be good real stories.
Yeah, but it would be a weird real story because I just want to like talk about the movie and just like go scene by scene, and that's not really a good story.
We'll do a video then.
Yeah.
Just act out. I'll be all the different Heathers.
I know the editor for this podcast. I think he might be down to help out.
Let's take a break and go to the concession stand for a snack. No.
Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge.
Hey everybody, my name is Adam and I am part of the Cinemadness podcast. I'm here to tell you about some exciting news. We're making a movie. As I've mentioned on the show numerous times, I am obsessed with the films of 1982, and I want to share my love of those years with all of you. So we are taking a deep dive into 75 movies, all from 1982, to show that this was an important year, or maybe the most important year in pop culture cinema. Movies like Blade Runner, The Thing, E.T., Poltergeist, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and many, many more. Interviewing cast and crew from these movies, as well as fans and also film experts. We are currently crowdfunding for equipment and logistics while in development, and when we are ready for pre-production, we will get all of you involved too. That means names in the credits, special goodies, perhaps posters and art. So, if you are as excited about this as we are, and really, why shouldn't you be? Check out our campaign at cinemadnesspodcast.com/1982themovie. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 1982themovie. So come along with us and let's celebrate cinema.
Okay, now
Ball bearings.
we're going to Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube. The quintessential skateboarding movie that nobody saw.
Yeah.
I think I saw it one time on Up All Night.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I did too.
Yeah, it's one of those Saturday afternoon movies that was like when the cartoons are over, it comes on.
Right.
And it's just as uninteresting as you maybe remember it being.
Yeah, it got a horrible rating.
It's not a good movie, but it does have Tony Hawk and it actually has a lot of 80s skaters in it. There's a lot of close-ups of the professional skater that was supposed to be Christian Slater.
Oh, yeah.
On the really, I mean, he learned how to skateboard and stuff, but he's even quoted like he did the whole movie. He still hasn't figured out how to ollie.
Aw.
But the pro skater who was him, his character in the stunt stuff, he was like 5 years older, and he just had a horrible wig on.
I just remember when this movie came out, when I was like looking for movies. Maybe it wasn't when it came out, but it was probably after, when I finally found Christian Slater, and I was like, okay, I'm going to look at all these movies. And I'm like, what does gleaming the cube mean? And I'm like, I don't understand what that means at all.
I think it means, just you're in the zone.
AutoZone?
AutoZone. No, it's like you're in the right mindset. You're doing it. You're in the zone. You're gleaming the cube.
I skated.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had
ice
a skateboard.
I see you being very
skated. I had a skateboard. I ollied.
Too big for that. Like too not
husky.
big, but uncoordinated. I don't know.
I can dance. Okay,
I thought I was going to say, I can hear you. I'm sitting right here.
I have rhythm. So yeah, it's just a little bit of 1-2. It's a 1-2 step. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
1-2 step. Oh, look. What does gleaming the cube mean? It was like the fourth question that came up when I started typing in what does
I've never heard that phrase is what I was getting to.
I don't think anybody has that just has nothing to do with the movie.
Can you gleam the cube? I would probably say, dude, I like you, but I don't want to do whatever that is.
So I was up late last night gleaming the cube.
That's what he says. Apparently, in the movie, he says, have you ever gleamed inside a cube? And it means pushing your limits to the edge.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my 18th guess. I would have eventually gotten it.
I didn't finish the movie when I watched it, but I remember the ending had this really the 16-wheel skateboard. It was supposed to be like the super awesome skateboard.
16 wheels?
It was huge. It was
like a longboard.
Kind of, but it was for doing tricks.
Oh,
it was awful. But it has a connection to one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, Big Trouble in Little China. His adopted Vietnamese brother was killed in the movie by the guy who played Rain, one of the storms in Big Trouble in Little China.
Huh. I just assumed gleaming the cube is something about a Rubik's Cube. I don't know.
That would have been more fun.
Yeah, so...
There's a lot of Disneyland in that movie, too.
Does he skate in Disneyland?
Well, it takes place in Anaheim.
Oh, yeah.
And his brother was found dead at a
Disneyland.
in a Disneyland hotel room.
Oh.
And there's one scene in the beginning where they fly over Disneyland, and they're singing that, that Dead Kennedy song about Disneyland. I can't think of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Anyway, they're doing that, scouting for pools to skate.
Oh.
And Tony Hawk he works at Pizza Hut.
Yeah, why was there always so many empty pools around? That's just not realistic, especially in California.
California,
because they have droughts.
No. Droughts have nothing to do with pools.
No.
You just fill up a pool with water.
I know,
but if there's restrictions on water,
oh, okay.
It just takes a year to fill up your pool. Well, there is one line in the movie where they're looking at pools and like, nope, that one. Then they're like, why do all these pools have like a half foot of water in them?
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, how many empty pools have you guys actually seen in your lives?
Never.
You've seen an empty pool.
I have. I've seen an empty pool.
Yes, yours.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
for a while.
But I wasn't going to skate in it.
I remember
it's a waste.
One of my first memories.
It's so small. You would literally go down and you would like.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of my first memories of
going down in a pool.
I was gleaming the cube. Yeah, I was gleaming the cube while trying to go down in a pool. Yeah. Anyways,
You're pushing something.
Oh yes. One of my first memories of here in Florida. I was visiting from my parents were my dad was stationed over in Fort Lee, Virginia, but every year we came back here to Florida, specifically Clearwater, and where my uncle was. But me and the cousins, we were playing putt-putt, and right next to the putt-putt was this huge pool that was drained out. And I climbed the fence I was for because I wanted to emulate like the shows where they're in the pools. Mm-hmm. So I climbed down, and I remember thinking it was like 1,000 feet, but in reality it was probably like 7 feet or so. So I jumped down, and I thought it was so cool, and I'm thinking, okay, now how do I get out?
Right.
There was no cube to gleam?
Oh, no, I was not gleaming the cube. I was crying out of frustration because I was 4, and I had to pee. So it wasn't an empty pool after I was done.
I think I have some trivia on gleaming the cube.
Ooh, all right.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I do. I said I mentioned it before during an interview with Ride, which is a channel on YouTube for skateboarding. Christian Slater practiced skating for 6 months before filming, and admitted to having never learned how to ollie. He also confessed.
That's the first trick you always learn.
He also confessed to hating his helmet as it looked phallic in appearance.
Well, yes.
In addition to it not quote unquote looking cool. But in the movie...
Well, is there a way that it looks phallic and looks cool? I mean, no.
How does the helmet look phallic? It's just a regular
it goes
bicycle
over,
helmet.
Well, it goes over, like a bowl cut. How that looks phallic.
Yeah. So continue on. I didn't mean to interrupt. Please forgive me.
But I was going to say, in the movie, his mom buys him brand new expensive pads and helmets, and he's so excited! So I just thought it was funny, in the contrast that he really didn't like it. So
he's just mad that he didn't have that cool helmet kids have now with the mohawk on the top.
Oh yes, I like that a lot.
Yeah, we go to the skate park at Safety Harbor sometimes. Safety Harbor skate park, and like I just want to ask the guys like, hey, have you seen Gleaming the Cube? Because that's like the only skateboard movie I know, and I guarantee they're all probably like, what?
And all of a sudden the kids are gonna go, hey, you see that mom over there? She was totally hitting on me.
You haven't seen the movie Grind? That movie's so freaking funny.
Or
it's terrible, but it's funny as hell.
No, the movie with Justin Timberlake, Dogtown.
Dogtown. Yeah, Dogtown.
That's Z-Boys.
Yeah,
but that's based on a real thing.
Yeah,
that was a good film.
In fact, if in Gleaming the Cube, there were actual Dogtown graffiti marks in Anaheim because that's where they were.
Yeah, everything comes back to Gleaming the Cube. Evidently.
That's right.
Wow,
Gleaming the Cube is actually gleaming.
No kidding. It's gleaming, shining bright.
So we don't really like Gleaming the Cube, right?
Well, I don't hate it, but yeah.
So far he's
indifferent.
He's not turning into this major movie star yet, right?
Nope. Well, he's 2 for 4.
Yeah. And we're about to come up on another one that I've never seen. Beyond
the Stars.
Beyond the Stars. Yeah.
That was a terrible, terrible movie that I love so much.
There's a lot of good people in it.
Yes. Martin Sheen.
Yeah, Martin Sheen and Sharon Stone. Mm-hmm. But I've never...
She was no Sharon Stone.
I've never...
Let's be honest, you're no Sharon Stone.
And F. Murray Abraham.
Hey, he's a good guy. You don't have to tell him to F himself.
He killed Mozart.
Yes, he did.
That's a 2-movie joke.
Yep.
That's Amadeus and Last Action Hero.
Amadeus. What was this movie about?
It was about the last guy who went to the moon, and he worked at NASA. I'm trying to think how it's been so long, and they try to go back to the moon. And then there's aliens involved at the end.
Oh, man.
And
it's a sci-fi drama.
Oh, yeah. It's bad.
Eric moves to his dad in Oregon after accidentally firing a rocket into his high school, and he befriends Mara, a retired astronaut. That sounds horrible. But it's not. It's good.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
It's so bad that I love it.
So bad it's good.
Yeah. A lot of space stuff in the 80s. A lot of space movies. You had that. You had... The Right Stuff. Mm-hmm. You had Space Camp.
Mac and Me.
Space Camp. Oh God.
Man.
Mac and Me. Oh man.
I meant like real space.
Oh.
I mean,
so I guess
come
E.T.
from space.
Predators.
Predator wasn't a space movie. That was an Earth movie.
Where did Predator come from?
Space.
What was the opening scene of Predator? Thank you.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs was in the 80s. But that's not I'm talking about like NASA
Revenge
shit.
of the Jedi.
Like Apollo 13, that's not in the 80s. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, like The Right Stuff.
The movie
Space Camp.
Do the Right Stuff.
Oh, Matthew Broderick film with the monkeys.
Project X.
The Right Stuff. So it's a New Kids movie.
Oh, no.
I don't know what Do the Right Stuff is.
Actually, Do the Right Thing.
Yes. What's Do the Right Stuff?
The Right Stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the story of the Apollo missions.
Oh. That's a stupid name. Sorry.
Well, they had it.
What?
Yeah. The Right Stuff. To go into space.
Oh.
So New Kids stole it from that movie.
Don't worry, they're hanging tough.
Oh, in space.
That was the full. That was the original full title of Hanging Tough. hanging stuff.
Space.
In space.
With space pants.
Intergalactic new kids.
Space pants.
Donnie, where you at? I'm floating, man. Anyways.
Okay, we are at the end of the 80s with the quintessential 80s movie that he played the brother. What is the movie? He played the brother.
The Wizard?
Yes.
That was I thought that was the 90s.
Nope, it was 1989.
Oh.
He played the brother of cute little Fred Savage. Aww.
Oh.
Such a good movie.
That was.
No, it wasn't.
It really isn't. It was back then when we were younger because we thought it was so cool.
It was a commercial for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes, we know. We've talked about that before. And it's also Rain Man before Rain Man happened.
Yes.
But, you know, Christian Slater was kind of funny in it with Beau Bridges.
With Beau Bridges?
Yeah. He was kind of the protective brother, and Beau Bridges was kind of funny.
Wasn't he Jeff Bridges' son in one movie?
Maybe he's got ties to the Bridges.
Big Lebowski, was he cut out?
He was. No, it was in the 80s. I want to say he played.
Well, I just went over all the 80s movies, unless it was a TV movie.
Maybe it was a TV.
On a side note, I thought of a actor that Christian Slater could have replaced, and he would have been just fine.
What?
Matthew Broderick. Broderick.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped a movie.
Tales from the Dark Side.
He played in a movie with Jeff Bridges called Tucker, the Man in His Dream.
Yes, that's it. Because I love
the car
Tucker.
movie. I remember that.
It was Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas.
Yeah, I forgot about that movie.
It was a brilliant movie.
Martin Landau. Yeah.
He played his son. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About the real Tucker car.
Yep, I do remember.
And
that
in
movie.
fact, both Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas own 2 of the 50 only existing Tuckers.
So it's a Father Tucker as opposed to a Mother Tucker.
You were just waiting. I was like, I knew you had something to say. I thought it was going to be something insightful.
Nope.
And then I realized it was Roman.
This is me. Either I'm going to have something deep and poetic, or I'm going to have really stupid jokes.
Well, I know you like car shit and history stuff, so I was like, oh, he's got something to say. Cool. Let's talk about it. Oh.
I bet you Jay Leno has that other car. One of those cars.
Oh, wow.
He probably does. He's a car.
Yeah. No, this is true. I got a Tucker, but I just met her. Ha!
You sound like a really, really bad Jimmy Stewart.
Whoa, I got a Tucker. Hold on a minute there.
No, Tucker was a fantastic film. Of course, I really wanted to see it as a kid because of George Lucas. And then I had history thrown at me, and I didn't enjoy it until I was old enough to actually understand it. And it's a great movie.
I saw that movie later because that's not my cup of tea, but it wasn't bad. I remember.
It was, and I think it was the first movie that Francis Ford Coppola went as Ford Coppola.
Let's see.
Because he went as Francis Coppola. Oh no, it was the God. No, it wasn't The Godfather. It was Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, it says director Francis Ford Coppola, written by Arnold Schulman.
Good old Arnold Schulman from the Schulman family.
Yes. But, I mean, once again, like, Christian's not the main guy in any of these movies, so he's still trying to break out.
Yeah, only Heathers.
Yeah.
And Gleaming the Cube.
But even then, I mean, I guess...
Okay, Gleaming the Cube.
I guess in the 80s, Heathers was his breakout role.
It was.
His
it
best
definitely
role,
wasn't
clearly.
The Wizard.
No.
It wasn't Kiss from a Rose. Search of a Rose.
The Name of the Rose?
In the Name of the Rose.
Yes.
You're thinking of Batman, Kiss from a Rose.
Yes.
Or our first episode.
Oh, End of the Rose.
End of the Rose.
So, he's just making a name for himself before he gets into the 90s, which we will get into in another episode, right?
Yes.
Because that'll be just too long of an episode.
Yeah, we're not going to do the 90s. So, what else do you have for us? So, let's try to make up our own taglines. Okay. I am not going to be Adam Deany this time.
Okay.
Adam Deany?
How about... I'm not going to do the pirate thing, no.
Aw. Okay, where'd my Heathers... I had a Heathers tagline.
All right. So...
Oh, I know. Heathers. Wait.
That's a good one.
No. I'm not going to say Heathers. I'm just going to say...
Oh, wait. 1940s guy doing taglines. All right, what do you got? Let's go ahead and talk about the movies. Go ahead. What movies you got?
What, Heathers.
4 Broads. 4 Broads, there we go.
No, I was really going to have one, though.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay.
Please, go ahead.
Okay. Gag me with a spoon of murder.
Not bad.
And corn nuts. And Drano.
I have one better. 4 Broads and murder.
Heathers, making croquet interesting.
Yes.
4 Skirts and murder.
Heathers, making Moby Dick interesting.
That's true. That's good. She came to a new school. That school blows up.
Ladies and murder.
Ladies and murder. Heathers, it's full of big fun and murder.
Big fun.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Teenage suicide.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay.
That's really the only one I got.
Glass tables and red Slurpees.
Ooh, yes. And corn nuts.
When the
Sirrah,
ladies go
Sirrah,
wrong.
And murder.
And murder.
Que sera.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your...
I always liked the dad in that movie because he was like, well, somebody tell me why I read these goddamn spy novels. Like he had no idea what was going on. And the mom's like, because you're an idiot. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then later on in the movie, he's like, well, somebody tell me why I always eat this pate.
Well, and that's why I said it was like a reverse John Hughes movie, because it's the same trope of the adults being useless.
Oblivious.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, no adult was an adult in that movie. And she's like, where are you off to? Oh, I got a motor if I want to make it to this party. And she eats the pate. And he's like, well, somebody tell me why I eat this.
Dad. Thanks for bringing me into this world. But
Even Christian Slater's dad was horrible.
Yeah.
He would call them, they would call each other dad and son, like opposite.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Idiots. All of them.
Speaking of John Hughes,
yes,
we are recording.
speaking of John
we are recording
Hughes.
this in June, and you know what that means for the Cinemadness. I was going to say Cinemadness.
It means
June Hughes.
John Hughes month.
June Hughes 2022 will be starting on June 6th.
Oh.
And every week within the month of June, there will be a new John Hughes movie in Adam's Retro Rewatch.
Which means there's probably already one out when this comes out.
Probably.
So you're going to be covering the pictures?
I'm going to be covering the pictures. The ones that star I totally lost that one.
Jonathan Hughes. Johnny Hughes.
Good old Johnny Hughes, making his movies, making his writing, making his films.
Johnny Hughes.
Talking about the Brat Pack, the pack full of brats. Not the ones you eat, the ones of children.
If you want to take them over your knee, you can. Still in the 80s.
But yeah, I am doing 4 movies again. Just like last year, 3 movies he directed and 1 he just wrote.
Which 4 films are you doing?
Do you really want me to spoil that for you? Oh, I've already put the the teaser out.
Is Christian Slater in
And
any of
most
these
of them
films?
will already be out by the time this comes out. So
That's true.
just say it.
Let's see. I'm doing 16 Candles.
Okay.
Doing Weird Science.
Okay.
Christian Slater wasn't in a John Hughes movie.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
He could have been in Weird Science, but yeah, please continue.
And finally, Some Kind of Wonderful.
He could have been. He could have been in that movie too.
Yeah, he could have.
He can't outact Eric Stoltz in that movie. I'm sorry.
He could have been a.
He could have been the Richie boy.
Yeah.
He could have been anybody that Rob Lowe played in any movie.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh yeah, he could have been in that.
He
Coulda,
could
shoulda,
have probably
woulda.
been better in his porn.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No?
Didn't see it.
Neither did I.
Me neither. But it was like the big thing of the 80s.
Well, Rob Lowe was pretty hot back then, so
He's still pretty
He
hot
is.
now.
He is. In Parks and Rec, he looked good.
Yeah, well, he was the perfect human in Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
He was a human computer.
Yes,
he was literally the best person in that movie.
He was.
Show.
He was
Movie
also
show.
Movie
actually
show.
pretty good in Super Troopers 2.
He was the best person in that movie show.
He was the
He
only
was, he
that
was.
was good in Super Troopers.
Yeah, that was the
2.
only good thing. You know what else was good in Super Troopers 2? My money.
The credits were good.
My freaking money that paid for that movie.
What a horrible movie.
Oh my god, I gave so much money to that movie. For its Indiegogo.
Yipes. We all make mistakes.
Well, did you...
I always think of go-go dancing when I say Indiegogo.
Christian Slater.
Terrible movie. Are we leaving already? We're having a good time with this now. We've only done one tagline.
No, we haven't.
One movie.
The movies are coming in the 90s.
Slater. Name of a ruse.
Yeah.
14th century murder.
See. Okay, I know you guys.
Oh wait,
didn't...
I got one. I got one for Name of the Rose.
Go ahead.
God here. People are murdering in my name, and I don't like it. Go see my movie.
Joker here.
As Jack. Oh, it's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Hey. I can't do it, Jack Nicholson.
No,
Joker
but that was a
here.
good Heath Ledger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi.
I thought it sounded kind of more like what's his name from Back to the Future. Hey.
Hey, you.
You know what?
You know, he could
Let
play
me
a good
tell
George
you
McFly.
He would have. He
he
would have
could've.
played a good George McFly.
I like that we're putting Christian Slater not in those years in like the right roles for the non-years that he was in.
Yeah.
What?
Like he would be too young to be in St. Elmo's Fire, but if he was
right.
Rob Lowe's age in St. Elmo's Fire, he'd be better as Rob Lowe.
Yeah. That makes more sense in the way you said it for me.
Well, I was all over the fucking place. I didn't know what I was
I
doing.
was a little confused, but I got you now. Yeah.
Awkward roles where Christian Slater would have landed in.
Aliens. As Newt.
Okay.
He could have been in a Clerks movie.
He could have been any of the early Askewtiverse movies.
I'm going 80s. Trying to stick to the 80s.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, no problem. So Aliens
To
would have
be
been
fair,
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay.
Christian Slater. Hold on, Christian Slater in Commando.
Christian Slater going commando.
with just a trench coat on.
Yes, where he has to break into a.
Does he play what's her face's character?
Oh, what's her face? Yeah.
From what's her name? From Who's the Boss?
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano.
Oh, he actually would have been good. Yeah, I could see that.
And what?
In the overalls.
Yeah,
In Commando.
Oh,
yes.
He was Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Yes. No, make him be the flight attendant where she releases the rocket launcher the wrong way and goes the opposite way. Yeah. Hey, I don't know how to do this thing.
You did, that was a good Norm Macdonald impersonation. Hey, I don't know how to use this thing.
Note to self. Yeah. So
I've been listening to a lot of Norm Macdonald stand up recently, just because a lot of the comedians have been like really talking about how great he was as a person, and I've been watching and listening to his stand up, and it's so damn funny. He has
such a dry sense of humor where he has these zingers that just roll off the tongue.
And he just talks about how he just talks about his own life, and it's just so stupid. It's just like, I'm talking to myself. Oh, listen to myself talking to myself. These people are, and I can't do any justice, but the way he does it, it's just like, wow, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's a big hat.
Yeah.
Turd Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Welcome to Cinemadness, the podcast talks about Dead Comedian Hour. And I've also been watching the George Carlin documentary on HBO, and it's really, really good. I'm on hour 3.
Good Lord.
Well, it's 2-hour episodes.
If you were to make a documentary about Christian Slater, what would the title be?
I Am Not Nicholson.
Yeah.
Clean Slater.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Wipe the slate clean. Same thing.
In Search of Christian. No.
Just Christianity.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. That's deep.
Yeah, that is pretty deep.
Hard Rain.
No, that's coming up in the 90s. Yeah. Let's see. Christian Slater. Heather, I Just Met Her. No.
The Clean Slate one is good.
Yeah, Clean Slate. You killed it on the first one.
You should have just stopped after that.
Oh,
you
no.
had to keep going.
Yeah, you know what? That's going to be my title of my book.
I should have just stopped.
Slating the
stopped.
Cube.
Yeah.
Slating the cube.
Yeah. Okay,
well.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot. Gonna get to that in the next episode.
Are we?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about TV, huh?
No, we're just, I said in the beginning of this, we're just going to briefly bring it up. So on that note, okay, so we got June Hughes coming up. If you guys want to check out our YouTube, we have some more Zoom things. It'll probably already be out by the time this comes out.
Zoom, zoom,
like,
and boom, boom.
Like and subscribe, and yeah, just.
And if you're enjoying our new little micro episodes of Real Stories from the Isles, let us know, because we have fun recording them. They're fun little personal tidbits that we like to talk about. So.
I locked myself in my bathroom, and my kid is wondering what I'm doing, and I go, I swear I'm just making a review.
We're not doing reviews.
You locked yourself in the bathroom? Didn't you do that?
Yeah, it's got good acoustics.
Yeah, I like the acoustics.
Oh, okay. I mean, it came out good.
It's instant reverb.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the best way that I argue with myself is I find this echoey part of my bathroom. I'm like, you're the asshole. No, you're an asshole. Oh, yeah. And then we agree with each other. It's great.
It's like that scene in Toys where, what's her name, is singing in the bathroom, yeah. and Joan Cusack is like, you sound terrible.
Oh,
I love that movie. That's a weird movie, but I love it.
I'm a military man. I need a military meal.
I like my green beans quarantined, and I need a little border around my potatoes.
Oh,
LL Cool J was great.
He was, where he has camouflage on. Oh man,
that movie was ahead of its time.
It really was, and Robin Williams was excellent.
And you still can't find a casual recording of Tori Amos's Happy Workers.
Huh.
You can only get it on the damn soundtrack.
Tori, you need to get on it, girl. Please.
She's touring right now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Is she still Tori?
She's still Tori. Touring.
Huh. Okay.
Touring.
All right, well, let's go ahead and, I guess, reconvene. Okay? Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Okay?
Well, we'll be back next time with more Christian Slater. Right, Alison?
That's right.
So much drama in the LBC. It's kind of hard being Snoop D Double G, but I somehow, some way, keep coming up with funky ass rhymes like this every day. I kick a little something for the G's. You
roam when you want to. Roam around the world. Roam when you want to. Without wings. Without wings.
Taking hip to hip, crawling with the wilderness.